Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tune Quest. Okay, this episode has been a very long time coming. I'm so sorry it's been so long. It was requested ages ago and I never got around to it. But here we are. We're looking at King Krule's Rock Bottom, which is an incredible composition. One of my favorite King Krule songs, absolutely. And I'm going to teach you how to play it. It's a bit of a beast. I think that's why I didn't do it. I was procrastinating making this video because it's actually a beast of a composition. But I will try my best to teach it to you. Okay, let's get into it. It starts like this. On this interesting chord. Okay, so you want to create a C sharp minor 7 shape there. And in this hand, you want to create this E, G sharp, A sharp, C sharp. This shape here, okay? And you want to kind of bring that up. Bring that up, rather, right? Okay, and then it does this. Okay, that's easy. We're just going up a D sharp major chord, right? D sharp major, like that. And in the right hand, we're starting with this, which is outlining the 3rd and the dominant 7th of that D sharp major. Da, do, 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 do. And then that melody moves up to that there. And then we do this. A very, very prominent King Kruleism, if you will. It works so well on guitar, but we don't hear this sound so often on the piano. That's why it sounds so great, right? Okay, what's happening? We're taking this chord here, okay? So in the right hand, the chord is actually an A flat major 7 chord, okay? So that's the chord, but the thumb is actually playing a G here. So we're approaching this chord from a half step below. Exactly the same thing on G. So G sharp major 7. Sorry, that's G major 7 going up. Okay, except we're just playing the root. And then turning that into an arpeggio again. It does that, and then we land on this chord. This is C sharp dominant, okay, so you want to have B, that's your dominant 7. We've got D sharp, F, G sharp. And again, we're just using these kind of chill arpeggios where they're going root 5, octave 3, root 5, octave 3. And then we do the same thing here on F sharp major 7. That's what you want to make, okay? So in the right hand, that's just an A sharp minor triad, and then F sharp, da, 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 and then we land here finally on a B dominant, okay? So here we've got a B dominant, sorry, just like a B major chord going up in that same arpeggio pattern. And in the right hand, we're highlighting the dominant 7 and the 3rd of that chord, which always works, by the way. In jazz music, these are like the real, these are the chord tones of the dominant chord, the 3rd and the 7th. And then we finish off with, or we start the tune rather, okay? So let me show you the whole thing. First chord, da, 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 da. You want to play in this kind of drunken way, right? Da. It's kind of like drunken. Da, 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 da. Ba. Maybe end on that chord there. And then start the tune. Ba, 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 ba. Did it just glitch? I don't know. My hands are still there. That's okay. Okay, let's start the tune. So, sorry, my neck is... I did my neck out while sleeping. I'm sorry if I look kind of crooked or weird. Okay, so we land on this E major 7 chord, okay? We're just playing root notes in the left hand. E, 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 E. Hey, that's what's happening in the left hand. It's just pulsing. And again, we do this kind of half-step approach thing that we did earlier. This is so King. This is King Krule's flavor right here. It's kind of like it's one of his signature sounds, right? And we're just finishing the major 7 chord, but with these triads in the right hand, which are built from the 3rd of the chord. Okay, so the we're on an E chord, right? E major. And so we're just building a minor triad from the third, which is G sharp, right? It's like that, okay? Da 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 da. And again, we're just doing exactly the same thing, right? But just from a half step below. Da 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 da. Okay, so that's kind of how you start the tune, right? And then we move into the actual tune when King Krule comes in, okay? And then, so we go from this E major 7 chord, melody, da 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 da, I've hit rock bottom, right? I've hit rock bottom. And then we go to this, like a B chord, so you got B and the 5th of B, which is F sharp. And then you move that from that B to the C. We have this kind of interesting chord. You don't even need to name it. Da 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 da. Melody goes, and then we have this C sharp minor, and in the left hand we've just got that root and 5th. Actually, this is what happens in the song. We fill out these chords with the octave. So whatever the bottom note of the chord in the right hand is, it's going to be the same on top, right? Okay, and then the bottom note moves down to C, to this. Actually, technically, I'll name it. It's a C augmented, right? Which means that the 5th of the chord is raised. And then we move down to this. This is actually an E major 7 in its second inversion, which means that the 5th is on the bottom. And then da 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 da. Okay, so we do this from that B chromatically to an A major chord, okay? I told you, it's a bit of a beast. I haven't really taught a tune that goes to all of these interesting places. But yeah, so we have this. Sorry. Da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. Thinking da 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 da. Okay, that's the melody. Da 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 da. And again, you can kind of like highlight the notes from the chord in question, okay? So once you know the notes of the E major chord, you can kind of arpeggiate that. That melody repeats to this B chord, goes up through that C, da, 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 da. And then we have the thing again, the beautiful thing. Okay, so that's kind of like the verse, and then we have, okay, leading into this. I hope I'm recording. Okay, I'm recording. Yeah, this is where it gets like real frenetic and crazy, but this sounds dope as, right? It's so much fun to play on the piano. Okay, so what's going on here? Firstly, we have a G sharp minor chord. Okay, so we're just playing octaves in the left hand. Let me move this up. Honestly, my neck is killing me. Ah, jeez. Okay. G sharp minor, okay, because in the right hand, we're filling that out with the minor third, the 5th, and the octave. And then it jumps up. As you can see, it moved up through B, up to C sharp, and then the right hand plays this. We've got exactly the same thing happening, where you start with the 3rd, then the 5th, and the octave. So... and it's the rhythm, right? Do, da, and then to finish off, do, 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 this kind of chromatic walk-up thing, right? That's about as much as I can explain of it. I can only just play it really slowly for you so that you can really get the rhythm. Right? That is the kind of interlude thing, and then it goes back to the right? Does that, we've already covered that. And then it goes back to take your time practicing that. I remember when I first like transcribed this song, that took me a while to get in my fingers because it's really fast, right, in the song. But you don't want to like try to play things fast on the piano at the detriment of the groove. So focus on the groove, and the way to do that is play it slow. Don't try to speed run the process on the piano. Honestly, it's not going to work. You got to slow it down. Especially if we're talking about rhythm, right? Okay, that's going to take a little bit of just practice it slowly and chill with it. Okay, and build that groove, because this stuff builds your groove language. That's why I call it tune quest, because every tune that you learn on the piano is a new quest, right? If you've played games, you understand how quests work, right? You take a quest, you do the thing, you come back and you collect the loot. What is the loot here? It's rhythmic language, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you actually like practice this stuff, you're not just learning the King Krule song, you're developing your language on the piano, right? And that's piano literacy. That stuff is golden, right? Rhythmic literacy. Okay, I'm sounding like a piano snob now. Let me continue. All right. So the second time it does that, King Krule does this. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. So he's on the same progression, but he kind of rides it out a little bit, where we stay on this C-sharp minor chord for a little bit longer, and he does this chromatic walk-up thing again. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Right, so. And then doom da 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 da. That's the melody. B, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp. Let me play it slowly again for you. And then we come into the end of the song. This is why I think it's just such an amazing progression, because it, like, man, he tells a story with this. It's not following a standard, like a standard format for songs, you know? It's not like intro, verse, chorus, verse, bridge, done, okay? We have such an interesting interplay of different parts, and this is the part that I love the most. We come back to this E major chord, right? But this time he's not playing the 7, which is kind of unresolved. He's playing it in its like just most stable position. Right? And he's kind of like riding out on that G sharp, going down, coming back, going up, coming back, right? Okay, so what's happening here? Let me try to simplify this. Let's just look at the chords. We've just got this E major triad in its second inversion here, meaning that the 5th is on the bottom, right? 5th, root, 3rd. And the left hand is just going to move from that E. We're going to keep the right hand the same, right? And then it's going to move up to F sharp. And then it's going to move up to G sharp. And then it holds that G sharp for a bit. And then we move up to A, and as you can see, my thumb moved up to the C sharp here. And then B, and then finish there on that C sharp. So the left hand is just kind of ascending stepwise. Do, 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 all the way up to that C sharp, which kind of finishes the cycle, right? So if we play... And then the melody kind of goes da 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 da, right? Da 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 da. Sorry. Da 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 da. Hard times to come, right? We ride out that C sharp for a bit, okay? And then we have the most epic part. Da, 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 da. Okay, so it's exactly what I just showed you, but it's got the rhythm, da, 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 and it's got that melody, which is the top note ascending like this. Right, so 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and you see that third time here on that one. Da, da, da. And then da, 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 da. We kind of pulse that C sharp, right? Da, 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 da. And then this da, 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 da. This just makes the song, man. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, that is like genius. That is actually, King Krule's a freaking genius. Okay, why am I freaking out about this? Because he changes the rhythm. Like, we're on this dramatic like da 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 da, and then he's da 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 la, da da da. Oh god, bro, it's so good. It's just so good. It's genuinely this genius, right? Basically, we're on this like kind of like 4/4 time, right? This simple time, right? 2, 3. No, it's more like a 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Da da da. It's like suspending. Da da da. And then it goes into this kind of like waltz, sad feeling. Da. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, what is these chords? Sorry, I'm just like geeking out about kind of like music theory here. The chords go from that C sharp to this like C, E, F sharp thing, and then E in its second inversion. Chromatic walk down thing. Essentially, you just, but in the right hand, I've kind of got this F sharp major chord. And then that's how the song finishes. You could always just, from here, lower that third to get a minor 4, resolving back to the 1. Sus. 1. So that is rock bottom. I told you it was a beast, but thank you so much for sticking with me. I'm sorry if this was all over the place. I can see already it was 19 minutes. My head was just, my neck was like so bad. But I was determined and we got there, okay? So, shout out to you though. I really do, like, I just want to thank you so much for sticking with me in a tutorial like this, because sometimes I just try too hard to like present the best video that I can. But with pieces like this, I just, you know, I could try like take after take after take and try to get the best like lesson in and keep it, you know, short, because that YouTube is all about retention and all these stupid YouTube things. But for this song, I mean, it's King Krule, it's raw, it's real, you know, and I feel like it would be wrong for me to keep trying and not to go with the first take and just literally just sit here and teach it, okay? And so I respect that you actually sat through this, so thank you so much. And let me know what you thought of this kind of approach to teaching songs. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you, honestly, thank you. If you are interested in coaching, there's a bunch of links below, and you can see what I offer, and we can jump on a call if you're interested in leveling up on the piano and on the keys and in music in general. By the way, I'm just in love with music at the moment. I freaking love music. You've probably already seen that from this video. So if you're interested in at least developing a passion, like getting some of the passion that I've got for music, or deepening your own passion and understanding and skills and things, buzz me, because I'd love to meet up and help you. Okay, I feel like I've rambled and literally rotated on this chair for too long. I'm gonna go and take a spa, and hopefully my neck is gonna heal. See ya in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.